never seen a lighting pattern on the bottom of anything like I have this before. And the weird thing about these things is I just know to go to a certain spot, and the next thing I know, these freaking things are flying right above me. But look at the bottom of that thing. That one was very cool. I was very excited to see that one. And this was shot yesterday, January 7th, 2009. But this thing's lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. And I'll play it again here in just a second. As you can hear, it's almost entirely silent. As you can see, it's pretty much right over the top of my head. I wasn't zoomed all the way in. But here's what this thing looked like, flying away. And I'm going to put some still shots at the end of this video, so be sure to check those out. Alright, let's watch it one more time. Yeah, I'm going to shut the hell up so you guys can hear it fly over me and hear just how quiet this thing is. For clearly, if this is an airplane, it's freaking enormous. Again, keep in mind, I just know to go to these places, and the next thing you know, they're flying over me. But I'll turn up the volume. So as you can hear, it doesn't sound like a huge airplane is right over me. And you can see the lighting change on the bottom of it too. I think that's kind of weird. That back left one kind of goes off and on. But yeah, this one was really exciting for me. It really was. This was, I think, my favorite sighting so far, just because of the number of lights. It was gorgeous. Unlike anything I've ever seen before, so that was pretty cool. And the cool thing was I asked for it because I'm telling you, this thing where they look like airplanes is a freaking disaster for me sometimes too. Trying to pick out what's what, and I spend a lot of time doing it, and it's really, really hard to tell. And just so we're clear, I'm not saying every video I put out has an alien behind the wheel. I've never said that. I've said unidentified flying objects with weird light patterns. I'm quite convinced some are very terrestrial. Whose they are and what their motivations are, I really don't care to speculate too much on. But have you ever seen an airplane fly over you that looked like this? Because I sure haven't. And then the quietness of it is just, yeah, it is what it is. It's we don't know what it is, but anyway, I'm going to put up some stills of this thing so you guys can see just what this looked like. And sorry it's shaky as it's flying away. It was below zero when I was taking this last night, and my camera starts to shake. It just does weird things when it gets cold, but there you have it. Right over the top of me, so that was pretty cool. And also, real quick before you go, I want to let you guys know that I did a new interview. If you guys don't know already, if you haven't seen my videos, I'm an alien abductee, actually. And it's not a big joke, I actually am. There's a whole bunch of us, and believe me, because I've been getting emails from every corner of the world with people who have incredibly similar stories as me, and I think that's cool, and I encourage all of you to write, but it's alienphotog@gmail.com. But here's links to that at the bottom, a documentary.
Confirmed that they had been shown the Holloman Air Force Base film.
Let's look at an incident that might happen in the future, or perhaps could have happened already. The premise is that contact is made by extraterrestrial beings with representatives of the United States Air Force at Holloman Air Force Base in the deserts of New Mexico. The day is clear. It's about 5:32 a.m. at Holloman Air Force Base. Traffic light. One recon plane is on the field ready for takeoff when Sergeant Mann is given a report of an approaching unidentified craft.
Yeah, Bill, no, nothing on the wall.
I'll repeat it again. Unidentified approaching objects on coordinate 49er, 34 degrees southwest, following internet.
Can I go northeast down with the Army helicopter?
Probably a stray civilian, maybe. Keep
Army
me informed.
142, turn left.
I see him over there. Check with Edwards. Make contact with him, Bill.
This is Holloman Air Force Base Control Tower. Identify yourself. What's your tail number? You're encroaching on military airspace.
Two military interceptors are dispatched to escort the unidentified crafts out of the area. During a routine photographic mission, a tech sergeant and staff sergeant of the base photographic team were aboard a helicopter at the time and run off several feet of film of the three objects, one of which breaks away and begins a descent. A second high-speed camera crew on the ground runs off approximately 600 feet. The cameras continue to roll as the extraordinary vehicle comes into view. It hovers, almost silently, about 10 feet off the ground for nearly a minute and yaws like a ship at anchor, then sets down on 3 extension pads. The commander and 2 officers, along with 2 base Air Force scientists, arrive and wait apprehensively. A panel slides open on the side of the craft, stepping forward, 1, then 2, and a third, what appear to be men dressed in tight-fitting jumpsuits, perhaps short by our standards, with an odd blue-gray complexion, eyes set far apart, a large pronounced nose. They wear a headpiece that resembles a rope-like design. The commander and the 2 scientists step forward to greet the visitors. Arrangements are made by some sort of communication, and the group quickly retires to an inner office in the King 1 area. Left behind stand a stunned group of military personnel. Who the visitors are, where they're from, and what they want is unknown.
Technologically developed are they, and what is their connection to our planet Earth? Let's start. This is the information shared before the second video. In the third video, the person gave information about some kind of treaty between the Zeta-Reticulans and supposedly the Soviet KGB. Animators and 3D developer specialists claim that if this video is fake, it's a masterpiece, and the creation of it costs fortune. If the videos were fake, the person who created them would receive hundreds of offers from Hollywood and can become very successful. However, since 2011, no one has ever claimed ownership of the videos. According to several sources, the ZETA-RETICULIs
crashed in Germany's Black Forest. Wingless, disc-like and stronger than any man-made competition, it confounded all scientific analysis. Elite physicists from the SS technical branch were tasked with recreating the mystery aircraft. In 1939, the Holloman disc was born. But did the Nazis really use alien technology? The Holloman project was purportedly led by the Thule Society. Hitler is said to have joined the Thule Society in 1919. A secret occultist brotherhood, the society was named after a vanished civilization alleged to be the progenitors of the Aryan race. Society members said they used telepathy to connect with its inhabitants and amass supernatural energies. Hitler's biographer Ian Kershaw writes that the membership list reads like a who's who of early Nazi sympathizers. Rudolf Hess, Heinrich Himmler and Hans Frank were all Thule Society members who rose quickly within the Nazi Party, bringing occult beliefs in ancient technologies with them. The Thule Society was rumored to have a secret base in the Antarctic, and this is where the Holloman disc was developed. Surprisingly, this notion isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. In 1939, a Nazi expedition arrived in this part of Antarctica with classified plans to establish a German military base. In 2001, a roving satellite allegedly captured evidence of huge man-made structures miles beneath the ice. When the images surfaced, US military closed the area. The images cannot be seen on Google Earth. Historians Colin Summerhays and Peter Beeching write that the start of World War II soon after this initial expedition to the Antarctic meant this vision of a military base under the ice was never fully realized. But journalist Ladislas Jabo, writing for the Argentine newspaper La Critica, claimed Hitler fled to the base to develop military capabilities to win a future battle. It was rumored that these capabilities were guided by higher knowledge supplied by ancient aliens. Contemporary media reports suggested that the aliens were working with the Nazis at the base, building liquid propellant rockets, anti-gravity discs and stealth aircraft. Researcher Goodrich Clark writes that scientists at the base were also developing plans for a super-advanced civilization. Admiral Dönitz, a senior German naval commander, revealed at the Nuremberg trials that the Nazis had built an invulnerable fortress, a paradise-like oasis in the middle of eternal ice. This chimed with reports of a supernatural Nazi arsenal that endured throughout the war. The most controversial of these weapons was a rumored UFO fleet, retro-engineered from the 1936 alien crash in the Black Forest. With supersonic capabilities, the Holloman was the world's first flying saucer. Jan van Helsing writes that scientists used psychic information from the Thule Society to create an aircraft that could travel at speeds of up to 12,000 kilometers an hour. During the Second World War, Air Force pilots spotted unidentified flying objects on numerous occasions. Reports described them as spinning balls of fire that followed fighter jets but never attacked. British Royal Air Force veteran Andrew Amrose wrote that when tracked, these aircraft would radically change speed or disappear, making them impossible to follow. Allied pilots called them Foo Fighters. So, were the Nazis in touch with an ancient alien civilization? Did they build a secret military base in Antarctica for developing alien technologies? Well, claims of a secret military base are most closely associated with neo-Nazi conspiracists, such as writer H. Stevens, who look to shore up their own ideological motives for white supremacism. There is little evidence that an Antarctic base ever existed, or that the Holloman project is anything more than fiction. Likewise, there is no hard evidence that many leading Nazis were ever members of the Thule Society, least of all Hitler. So, despite some historical mysteries like numerous Foo Fighter sightings and disappearing satellite imaging of Antarctica remaining unsolved, until more solid evidence for this theory emerges, there's little reason to fear resurgent Nazis armed with alien technology.
Seconds.